the members of the Governing Council, as some would adhere on the protocol, I will also be like others and say protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank the UMI Alumni Association for inviting me to present a paper on ethics and integrity in recruitment and giving Uganda prison service as a case study. Uganda prison service has had a long history with UMI. I think many of our officers have passed here, and the others are still here, the others coming. So our relationship stretches a long way, and I believe it still has a long way to go. I've been warned, not warned but alerted that I should present this in at least 20 minutes or less because of the time conference. So I'll try to run through it as fast as possible so that I fall within the time limit given to me. I have wanted to tell you the details about Uganda Prison Service, but those ones you will get them at your own time. But Uganda Prison Service is an organ of the state, domiciled under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and we fall under the Governance and Security Program, and the institution is headed by the Commissioner General of Prisons, and of course assisted by the Deputy Commissioner General, with six directorates. Six directorates headed by Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons. They listed those directorates. I think the person managing the PowerPoint will flash it on the screen. And as Uganda Prison Service, of course, our vision has always been to be a center of excellence in providing human rights-based correctional services in Africa, with a mission to contribute to the development of society by providing safe, secure, and humane custody of offenders, while placing human rights at the center of their correctional program. Uganda Prison Service has its own core values, which core values will be presented to you. The issues of professionalism, integrity, discipline, and others are all embedded within those core values. Now, Uganda Prison Service, for those who may know or those who may not know, has a mandate of custody of prisoners and rehabilitation of offenders. That's our core mandate. Custody, number one, ensure that the people who are brought to us are well kept, locked in, they don't escape, but they are also safe, they are healthy. And then, in the process, we are also supposed to turn them into law-abiding citizens by way of rehabilitation. That's our core mandate. And that is the legislated mandate according to the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. But also have the assigned mandate, the Fountain of Honor, the President of the Republic of this country, assigned us a mandate to produce cotton for this country, produce maize seed, and produce furniture for ministries and the other government agencies. So, it is from this mandate, therefore, that we generate the jobs we offer to the public. In custody, you know there are many jobs required to perform this role. In rehabilitation, there are also different professions required to perform this. So, the Prisons Act 2006 the function of Uganda Prison Service. I think this presentation will be shared with the members, so I don't need to go through them. So now I was asked to talk about now ethics and integrity in upholding ethics and integrity in the recruitment process. And the ethics and integrity are very essential aspects in every institution. And by way of dictionary definition, as you know, ethics is a set of moral principles that govern a person or a group behavior or conduct, a set of moral standards and ideals of behavior upon which right or wrong behavior is determined. And in the context of recruitment, we shall say that ethics is a way of assessing candidates without discrimination, moving the hiring process forward in a timely manner and at a steady pace, and communicating professionally and sincerely with all the job candidates. And on the other hand, also integrity is a question of being honest and open in conducting business. And broadly speaking, in this context of recruitment, integrity is the process. Integrity in the recruitment process is choosing to recruit by a set of ethical and moral principles that lead to getting the right candidates, no matter what the circumstances may be. You stick to the moral principles, you stick to those ethical principles, no matter the circumstances, no matter the pressure. And what is there need for upholding ethics and integrity in recruitment? First of all, as Uganda Prison, we are guided by the Constitution, Article 215 of the Constitution gives us the requirement, and I will quote it, that Uganda Prison Service should be nationalistic, patriotic, professional, disciplined, competent and productive. And its members shall be citizens of Uganda of good character, recruited from every district in Uganda. Uganda Prison Service recruitment process is also guided by the Code of Conduct and Ethics for the Uganda Public Service, which is based on the principles of accountability, decency, diligence, discipline, effectiveness, efficiency, integrity, and all of those others. So the need for ethics and integrity, therefore, is hinged on these principles provided by the Constitution, public and the public service orders. But we also know that ethical recruitment practices are essential for ensuring that all job candidates are treated with fairness and respect, regardless of their background. And it also helps us to help individuals, it helps to ensure that individuals who are selected are more likely to reinforce and maintain the organization's core values and culture, and set as an example to others throughout the organization. And I can tell you that I'm an example of this, that I was recruited in Uganda Prison Service on merit. I never knew anyone, I never approached anyone, and now that I'm the Director of Human Resources, what do you expect me to do? I have to stick to the organization's core values and the culture of recruiting people on merit. And that should be my mission. So, In upholding ethics and principles, we also want to set a standard for building public trust and confidence in the institution. The people out there must know that Uganda Prison Service is an institution where you will go and you are looking for a job and you will get it without going through anyone. And that is the standard, and that is the standard we have to maintain. So recruitment in Uganda Prison Service is at mainly 3 levels. We have the first entry level, and this is for warders and wardresses. These are the raw cadre staff whose only qualification is to possess an O-level certificate with a given number of credits and passes that we provide. Then the second entry level is the cadet principal officer. The cadet principal officer in prison is equivalent to AIP in police. Those who come out with the 1 stone on the shoulder. And the entry requirement is a diploma. And then the third entry level is, of course, the cadet assistant superintendent of prisons. And the entry requirement is a bachelor's degree. These are the people you see coming out with the 3 stones on their shoulders. So, recruitment in Uganda Prison Service is guided by some legal and regulatory framework, and this is guided by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the Prison Act 2006, the Public Service Standing Orders, the Uganda Prison Standing Orders, and Prison Regulation. And specifically Section 914 of the Prison Act 2005 establishes and spells out the functions of the Prison Authority and the Prison Council in executing their duties as far as appointments and recruitments are concerned. Prison Council has its own category of senior officers, and the Prison Authority has of senior officers, and Prison Council appoints and promotes junior officers. That is from the rank of warder to the rank of principal officer. But we also have civilian staff, or in the what we call common cadre staff, who are employed and given to us by Public Service Commission. Issues like the welfare officers, people in accounts, audit, procurement, and human resource officers. These are mainly civilian staff who work with us in uniform. We also have the Health Service Commission, which helps us source for the healthcare workers. So now, Uganda Prison Service has a recruitment process. We have very many stages, but the principle which I'm talking about today specifically is how we ensure that the ethical and the integrity standards are followed during this process. And it is based on the principle of transparency and openness in this whole process. You begin by defining requirements. You define job descriptions, you define job specifications for various categories of the required staff for both general administration and professionals. As I told you, we have those who do general administration of the law committee, but we also have professionals, doctors, engineers, lawyers, name it. It is important to define the requirements very well. I can recall in 2001 when we joined the prison, there was a screaming headline in one of the newspapers. I think I'm right, it should be the Monitor. I'm not very sure, I don't want to be quoted on that. But the screaming headline was saying, Uganda Prison Service recruits 11 hangmen. We are 11 people. And the headline was, Uganda Prison Service has recruited 11 hangmen. I looked at the newspaper headline. I said, am I really going to be a hangover in prison? Is this why I'm going to prison? But I looked at the requirements again. There was nothing like the hangman. There were other things described. But there was also that last one which was saying you will be assigned other duties from time to time as the institution may demand. Maybe I said this is even in here. So I went and joined. I was looking at my instructors with suspicion to see whether they would bring in issues of hangman, but I didn't see them at the end of the day. So defining the requirements is very important, and it will eliminate the possibility of people changing specifications midway to suit certain interests of the people they want to bring into the service. We also define the recruitment criteria in terms of academic qualifications, in terms of physical fitness and general health awareness, and of course the necessary recommendations from local leaders and other levels. This one is important, such that the person who is coming in knows that before I join prison, they are allowed to undergo a medical test. And if condition A, B, C exists, then I will not be allowed to join the Uganda prison service. This is important because the nature of training we give our staff requires the person to be healthy, because the person to be fit. There are no shortcuts to that. And then when it comes to attracting candidates, we don't do it back doors. We advertise in the newspapers, in the national media, in the newspapers, on local radios, and where necessary, even on television. And for internal recruitments, I think the Secretary to the Public Service Commission talked about internal recruitment. We also have our standards, and we consider all serving eligible officers based on certain criteria, but above all, based on recommendations made by the supervising officers. If you don't meet that criteria, even if you are a serving officer, you will not be listed for recruitment to another level. And of course, when we are shortlisting applicants, we solely do it based on the fulfillment of the requirements that were displayed. But at the same time, after shortlisting, we display the list so that anybody who has any complaint to raise can raise it before we move to the next level. I think that's a good principle of openness. We don't want to do things backward. Now, when it comes to conducting interviews, this is important. First of all, for graduates or for those joining as cadets, they do aptitude tests. Fortunately, we partnered with the Makerere University School of Computing and something to do with computing and the ICT sciences. And we do a web-based aptitude test to the level that once you have submitted your examination paper, it tells you how much you have scored there and then. They developed that system. If you have got that, it will tell you this is how you have performed. We don't want you to come back that you were marked wrongly. If our pass mark is 50 and you know you got 49, we don't expect you to come complain because you saw it yourself. And when it comes to oral interviews, in order to eliminate any bias, any issues of unethical conduct, we create panels, interview panels or interview boards. Secretary of the Public Service Commission will testify to this, that they also constitute part of those panels, especially when we are recruiting senior officers. That any decision that is made after proper assessment by all the members of the panel in an open and transparent manner, and marks awarded there and then. Of course, when we select successful candidates, having considered all the other factors, another criteria is that people must undergo medical examination. In a transparent way, we have our medical team. There are certain things we look for. There are certain conditions we shall not allow you to come with, because the kind of training you undergo cannot allow you to train if you have certain conditions, and wouldn't want anybody to die in training. I know some people used to say that is discrimination, but I think sometimes people tell us there is also positive discrimination. It is good for your health if we have to tell you we don't want you to die here. So that is one of the things we do. But even this, after doing all this, there is a level of discussion and approval of recruited candidates. First of all, the top management of Uganda Prison Service will receive a report from the chairman of the recruiting board, highlighting what they have gone through, the challenges they have met, and presenting the people they have got. And the top management will satisfy itself that all due processes were followed, due diligence was done, and we are getting the right candidates. If there are any misgivings about certain issues, they will ask you to go back and rectify those issues, so that we have a list of candidates that is not questionable, a list of candidates that is only full of competent people ready for the job. And of course, the top management will let us submit to these bodies I talked about, the Prisons Council for junior officers and the Prisons Authority for senior officers for approval. And upon approval, the results are communicated to all the successful candidates in the general forum. You don't communicate to individuals, you communicate it in public so that people will know that so-and-so has gone through in prison. If there is anybody who has any issues to raise, you will raise them. I know people have been raising issues because they expected it to be on the list and they are not there. And they raise some issues. So that is the process. Of course, recruitment does not only stop at communicating the final results. As the Secretary of the Commission has said, there are also aspects of orientation and induction, and for our case, even training. That is part of recruitment, and we ensure that we do it professionally, we do it ethically, and we get the right candidates. So in summary, therefore, Uganda Prison Service considers the following factors: that we assess all candidates without discrimination, we consider academic qualifications, we consider recommendations from different parties, we also require proof of citizenship. If you are not a citizen, as the Constitution says, you must be a citizen of Uganda. If you are not a citizen, or if you cannot prove that you are a citizen, now fortunately everybody has a national ID, then you cannot be recruited. We have to ensure you are physically fit and healthy. There's also now the issue of gender consideration. It is a requirement that for every people you recruit, not less than 30% should be female. Previously, we never used to have women working in male prisons, but now we have women. But you cannot get male staff working in female prisons for obvious reasons, you know. So, but for female, they work in male prison. So, the 30% or above is a requirement when we are recruiting. And now we also look at the issue of equity. The Constitution mandates us to recruit from every district. And we do it, especially for junior officers, where we issue specific numbers for every district. And also this one is calculated based on the population of each district. You will see 10 people coming from Wakiso and only 2 coming from Moroto, and you will ask why. But we base ourselves on district populations to determine the numbers that will come from every district, depending on the number of people who want to recruit. And of course, the other consideration are the recommendations, as I have said, by supervisors for those people who are in service and want to join another level. So, as we ensure that we are doing this recruitment ethically, is it without challenges? No, it is not without challenges. I listed about 4 issues. We have undue interferences in the recruitment process, and especially by politicians. I can give you an example. One time, I don't know, sir, whether you will see the commander. There is a prominent politician who gathered his grandmen, put them in a vehicle after knowing that we had started training, and brought to them at our training school that I have brought my people for training. People who had not done any interview, but he picked them from his village and brought them. And the person of that level, you would expect him to know that the due processes are followed for someone to enter that training school. But there are people, somebody going to Gambano. The Gambano culture is so rampant that people want to exploit it at every level. We get those pressures from politicians, but also from within ourselves. I want to have a brother to join in one prison, but the standards are set, the benchmarks are set, and we encourage no shortcuts. We also have a challenge of now forged academic documents. We are supposed to recruit the right people, ethically, and with integrity. But along the way, you find that some people have come in with the forged academic documents. Some will discover before they enter, but there are also those who pass through the net, and you find somebody find that doesn't have the required documents when he has already come in. Those ones are certainly sent back home. They are not shortcuts to that. Now, the biggest challenge are issues of inducements or financial incentives. I think one of the presenters mentioned it. Somebody wants to approach the recruiters to give them some money, to give them those enhancements. Not all human beings are the same. Some will be excited, others will stick to principles. But the beauty with this is that when you are a panel, not easy to be influenced by such kind of things, especially given the fact that when we are choosing recruitment panels, we look at people's character, people's integrity, people's experience. We don't simply take anyone. So, but you will see people still coming to offer such a kind of thing, which is quite unprofessional. And of course, we have the unprofessional conduct by some people, the people who want to pass papers. We find that you have set benchmarks that a warder must have 4 credits, a credit in mathematics, maybe a credit in English. But at the end of the day, you find some people don't have those qualifications. And you ask yourself, how did these people come in? On scrutiny, you realize he is a relative of one of the people who were recruiting. Fortunately, our system is clear. Once we find you with such kind of anomalies, we can't send you back home. We ask you to go back and study, and come back when you are ready for the job. So these are some of the few challenges, and in conclusion, despite all these challenges, Uganda Prison Service is committed to upholding the principles of ethics and integrity in the recruitment process. The entire process is transparent, and merit is the overriding factor in this process. And above all, Uganda Prison Service is committed to offering the best custodial services in Africa and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have to present here, and I beg that I end here. But